What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Trevor Bryant. Trevor Bryant floors Bermaine Sterverne twice in the 11th round for a stoppage. Okay, in the end, Trevor Bryant got everything he wanted, and he said the unbeaten heavyweight ended a 29-month inactivity stretch with a new trinket in a row. Bryant claims the vacant WBA World Heavyweight title after stopping WBC titleist Bermaine Sterverne inside 11 rounds. Bryant floored Sterverne twice with the fight stopped by referee Frank Gentile shortly after the second knockdown at 1 minute and 26 of the 11th round. With the win, Bryant upgrades his interim title and now moves up to a step closer to chasing the big guns in the division. And this is what he had to say. "I want all the top guys," Bryant told Boxing Scene. "Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, they're on my radar, and I want to stay active until I get them." The belt was made available following a ruling made by the WBA Friday afternoon. Now get this. I wanted to cover this, and let's do it now. Manuel Charr, 31-4-17, for failure to defend his title in a timely fashion. Charr has not fought since winning the belt in the 12th round against Alexander Ustinov in November of 2017. The inactive period extended after issues with event promoter Don King in securing a P1 travel visa in order to fly from Cologne, Germany, to be able to fight in the States. Bryant controlled this action in the opening round, poking his jab through Sterverne's guard, also working the body. Sterverne, who stepped in for an unavailable Charr, didn't show any fear of incoming, but didn't let his hands go to the point of preventing Bryant to shut down his offense. Now, I'm going to stop there. Trevor Bryant. Trevor Bryant is an unbeaten fighter, another heavyweight, he's fighting a guy, okay? It was a good win, but then it's like, it's a decent win for a fighter like that, to that magnitude. Because who was the last guy to stop Sterverne? His name is Joe Joyce. So Joe Joyce, he joins Joe Joyce along with Deontay Wilder twice. From beating a guy like Sterverne. But Sterverne was a guy that was a substitute, okay? And you think about it, a guy like Sterverne was able to go 11 rounds with a guy that was ready for a fight. So it's one of those situations where because Don King fucked up with Manuel Charr, he had to fight somebody else. The question is, how would have he done with Manuel Charr? Manuel Charr got his belt taken away from him, right? Because he couldn't even travel over here to fight, which is sad, and I don't think it's not his fault. That's Don King. Don King should have handled, should have been more close-knit on the travel situation. If they have a travel coordinator or whatever, they should have known that he was available to fly or not. And it's sad for Manuel Charr because he's a guy that's been sitting around for the longest anyway, and then he loses that strap. That's the only strap or connection to a bargaining tool to get paid for a big fight somewhere, sometime down the line. You know what I mean? And boxers, if you don't fight, you don't eat. So you wonder, like, what are these guys really, how are these guys really living? What type of lifestyle do they have if they're not fighting? So, but Trevor Bryant, he, by default, he is the WBA World Champion, okay? Not super. And he's calling out the big guys. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, he's doing all those things, as he should. Because, once you get a taste of that championship leather, and that brass, that golden trinket, yeah, you want to get more of them. You want to be a collector of these trinkets. Why not? I think that Trevor Bryant is a new addition to the heavyweight scene with being a champion. But I think at some point he needs to fight Manuel Charr to settle the score. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's only right. Because, again, it would be different it was like a fault of his own, or, you know, something that he did, he failed a drug test or something like that, that would be totally different. However, it's not one of those situations. I think Trevor Bryant needs to fight that guy before he can go to these other guys, right? But one thing I hope, as he hopes, that he is active up until the point he can get those big fights. But I don't like the idea of him calling out bigger fighters right now and not fighting Manuel Char. Okay. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Trevor Bryant stopping Bermaine Sterverne in the 11th round. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.